Hello, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I have another Pathfinder flip mat unboxing. This time, Forest Fire. Oh no. Seems like a good one to, Forest Fire spread quick. If your players do something stupid at camp and you want to show them some devastation and make them try and fix the problem they started, it's a great way to have one that might be unexpected. It seems like a fun one to be able to have. Again, just collecting more of the flip mats to aid in my ability to spontaneously throw out an adventure when I don't have a Dwarven Forge build made. So, the Forest Fire, as always, folds out to be 24 by 30, 1-inch squares. Can mark it up. But really, we want to look at the map and we want to come up with ideas for cool ways to use it, if my brain will give them to me. This folded out so that we're doing the building side first. Side with buildings. Try and show it off. If I can see it. And now I get to take a look. So this is at least on the shore of some water. So there is, respite from the flames. So there's some trees here that have not yet been burnt, but cool fire texture. Ouch. And kind of like it's burning along, like with the paths that would lead here between the trees being clear areas, so your characters can run through, can access the area here, because this, lots of fire, lots of scary, actually very pretty color on it. But this is the point that, like, this is one where I feel like you would actually end up using markers, like, because this might be the starting point, but it could just be a dangerous spot for a battle where the fire is just, you get too close to a fire space and you take damage from fire, so it's just a more dangerous battle location. But this right here, this little farmstead, this little home that's starting to catch on fire on what's probably like a little storage building and chicken coop or whatever it may be, with the home just beyond it, I'm sure has some little children in it that really don't want to be burned alive. Like, this feels like a stop the fire, and where you would use markers to show, like, oh, you managed to fight fire and it moves back, or you didn't take care of this section of fire and it moves forward, and you would mark on it with like wet erase markers as you go, to see if the party can save the family homestead. And no, that seems like a fun environment for it. But again, with fire, it could just be, at the top, initiative count 20 on each round. If you're in a space with fire, you take so much damage, and if you're in a space right next to it, you take a lesser amount of damage. So you have a lot less area to move. Or, if you move through spaces with fire, you take damage, but then, you can cut off areas of the battlefield quicker by going through it, or however you may want to do it. But it could just be a issue in the environment, or you could be trying to save the homes. On the other side, we have more of a mountain kind of environment with fire coming across. A lot more stone, which is, of course, less burnable, to my understanding. But this, because of that, very much also makes this more of that dangerous environment, or maybe a chase through fire. Now that I'm looking at it wide, because there's these patches of fire, and there's lots of paths that go through. So it could be, starting at one end or another and like trying to get across the map. But tongues of flame licking out and trying to damage you. And maybe it's kind of also a race where it'd be tempting to clamber up through areas and go through the fire to get somewhere quicker and get away, and maybe you have to clamber on top of rocks to get high ground around as magmen are invading from all directions. Yeah. It's various sections of forest encroaching on this rocky area. It also has, of course, these sort of stone step look area. Try and get onto the high ground. But yeah, this probably either a chase or like a environmental hazard of some fire giants have made their way to the surface and are setting it aflame. Because you got wide areas to battle here. Wide paths to it. So yeah, couple fire covered environments for a couple different sorts of encounters. Either one can be used easily as just avoid the fire while trying to do a fight. The stone side kind of feels like maybe like with the way the paths work, maybe some sort of chase can be involved in there. The side with the houses feels like maybe you could try and prevent the houses from burning down while fire tries to spread. But yeah, so some cool fiery environments and some beautiful coloring on it. Like I'm not sure how well it comes across, but because the flip mats they have like a glossy surface, which is what makes it where the wet erase works, and when you put the permanent marker down, you can cover it with dry erase and then it'll wipe off, or that kind of thing. Like it makes it work because it's glossy, but it also really makes the color on the fire pop very beautifully, at least in person. Yeah. So there is the Forest Fire flip mats. Like, comment, subscribe. I will link down below where you can check it out online. Thank you for watching.